a data set it's somewhat similar to the data set you have for your semester project. And if you want to find this and work on this with me, we'll go to StatCrunch's sort of dashboard here, and we're going to go to data sets. So we're going to search on StatCrunch's data sets to find one of mine, and it's called tutoring. So put that in the search box. And fortunately, there's only one that looks like that. It's mine. So you open it up, and you can see here we have a couple of different columns in the data set. If I can get there. So we have month, which basically is here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 12. So January through December. We have campus. So basically we have 4 of our main campuses here at CCBC, either the Catonsville, Dundalk, Essex, or Owings Mills. And our last column is the number of tutor requests that were during that month on these campuses. So we have sort of time, we have a categorical variable, which is the campus, and the tutor request here is more of a quantitative value. So kind of what you might see in your World Health Organization data is somewhat similar. So let's say we wanted to make a plot of let's see, for the, let's say the Essex campus, that's the campus I teach on. And we wanted to see specifically for the Essex campus, from month to month, what the tutor request would be. So I have a categorical, or I have a quantitative variable at month. I have a quantitative variable of tutor requests. So I'm thinking if I have 2 of them, I want to look at a scatter plot. So we'll hit graph, scatter plot. On our x-axis, our horizontal axis, we're going to put month, so that's where we're going to put time. Then on our y-axis, we're going to put tutor requests. Now, keep in mind, I only want to see this for the Essex campus. I'm not interested in the other campuses at the moment. So I need to be a little clever about this. So I'm going to hit the word build here because I want to restrict this to just the Essex campus. If I click on that, and I have the ability to build an expression that will restrict the output to just Essex. So I'm going to hit campus here. Actually, I'm going to there we are. We can see a little better here. I'm going to resize this a little bit. Hit build. All right, great. I can see more of my platform here. So I'm going to grab campus and add that. So I'm adding that variable. I want to go to the equal sign. And then once I hit campus, what it does is open a drop-down box down here that tells me the values that are observed in that column. So here are the 4 campuses. So I'll scroll down to Essex and hit add. So what it does is it builds a sentence that StatCrunch can understand that says, please restrict this graph to just the Essex campus. So campus equals Essex. If you wanted to look at another campus, you could do Catonsville or Owings Mills. So I'm going to click OK. So it stores it there. So when I execute this with compute, it will only show the Essex campus. Let's go ahead and do this. And here we have it. Here is our plot. So you can see from January up through looks like May, the tutor requests got more. There were more of them as the semester went on. And then it goes down because the summer hits and just not as many students taking classes, and then it slowly grows again. But I'm able to do a scatter plot, 2 quantitative variables displayed, restricting to just Essex. So that could be help for your project and some of the things you need to do. Let's store this over here. The next thing I want to do is show you how to do a side-by-side box plot. So I want to see how Catonsville and Dundalk and Essex and Owings Mills all sort of how they compare to one another in one single graph. So if we go to graph, go to box plot, pull that up. Now I have choices here. I want to go for tutor request. That's what I'm interested in, is how their tutor requests differ from campus to campus, maybe how busy they might be. And then I'm going to choose the group by option. Now in group by, I can group this by campus. So what this allows me to do is have a separate box plot for each of our 4 campuses represented here. There we have it. So just double check that. Got tutor request. I'm grouping by. It's a lovely little thing you can do is group by and hit compute. And here we have it. So you can see that Catonsville and Essex are 2 of our larger campuses, so they're going to have more volume, more tutor requests. And then Dundalk and Owings Mills, 2 of our smaller campuses, there's not as many students enrolled there, less tutor requests there. So you can kind of see them side by side, do some comparisons and things like that. So just a couple clicks of the button, if I back up here and go to edit, back up to this box, just by choosing group by, we get a lot more information. All right, let's slide this guy over here. So a couple of fun things we can do. Last thing I want to give you is a hint, just to make your life easier and to be able to fully use the extent of our software. So let's say you wanted to have some summaries that you might want to use for hypothesis testing or something, some information for specific campuses in this case. So I want to go to Stat, Summary Stat, Columns. I want to look at tutor request. That's my main variable here. And what I'd like to do is to, again, group by campus. So this will allow me to, it'll summarize the tutor request for all the data for Catonsville, all the data for Essex, etc. And again, I'm just going to choose these general output here. The ones that are in blue are the ones that are here. So this is the general default output. It should be enough information for me. I don't need to add it or modify that. And if I hit compute, I get one of these summary stat tables, but I get it separated by campus. So I know in Catonsville, there are 12. So each of these campuses had a year's worth of data from January to December. These are the means, standard deviations, etc. If you're interested in quartiles or mins or maxes or whatever. But again, as far as summarizing separately, very quickly, different campuses, or in your case, maybe different countries, this is a great way to go at it. And then you can use that information for other parts of your project. I hope this was helpful. Just kind of get used to some of these little things that are buried beneath. What we've typically done is select things and just hit go. But you know, these little group by tools and the where tools are very helpful and quickly allowing a software to parse the data out, help you along with this project. If you have any questions, please email me, text me, contact me, and we can talk about things. I hope this was helpful.